Good afternoon and maayong hapon to all our partners across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. I'm Hannah from the Marketing Department and I'll be your host for today's session. On behalf of ARC1, we'd like to sincerely thank you for taking the time to join us for today's technical support, an overview of SAP Business One version for SAP HANA. It's December 3rd, and with Christmas just around the corner, we know this is a busy time for everyone. But despite the year end rush and demands, we don't want to miss this opportunity to learn and grow together. Our account managers, support team, and delivery team are here to ensure you have the support you need because here in ARC 1, we've always got you covered digitally and beyond. And to help us get the most out of today's session, let me quickly go over our webinar protocols. Please type your name and company in the chat box so we can acknowledge your presence. Also, to ensure the best audio experience, kindly keep your microphones on mute. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer them at the end of this session. And lastly, keep your commentary positive and optimistic in the chat box. And for the latest updates, be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn accounts. And without further ado, to welcome us for today's webinar, let's give a warm of virtual applause to our dedicated and passionate account manager of Vismin team, Mr. Glenn Mujeres. Take it away, Sir Glenn.
Thank you, Han, for that wonderful introduction. So, maayong hapon, good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to our last installment of our webinar for 2024. We are really excited. And before we take our holidays break, we'll have this technical support overview for SAP Business One, for SAP HANA version. And we are also excited to have here with us one of our technology partners, TechPod, one of the leading cybersecurity companies in the market. So, excited ako doon, no? So, Han, back to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sir Glenn. And now, for our first speaker, he is our SAP champion for technical and support with 6 years of experience in IT industry to give us an overview of SAP HANA. Let's welcome Mr. Ray Valens, also known as RV Sagoksok. Take it
Yan,
away, RV.
thanks, Hannah. So, what a coincidence. Our topic for today is SAP Business One, Hannah, and our MC is Hannah as well. So, yun. So, for those who don't know me, good afternoon. My name is Ray Valen Sagoksok. You can call me RV. I am the SAP Business One technical and support lead of ARC1 Solutions. So, to start, um, So we must review what is SAP. So since HANA is a database, so let's begin with what is SAP. So SAP is an enterprise resource planning software or ERP software, which is tailored for SMEs, so small, medium enterprise businesses. So what it does is integrates core functions and like finance, sales, inventory, and operations into a single platform, providing real data access and streamlined operations. So basically, SAP Business One is a single software na we can access lahat ng data natin from top to bottom. So SAP Business One is customizable, scalable, and very user-friendly. So SAP Business One is designed to simplify and optimize how businesses operate by providing a single system to manage multiple core functions. It eliminates silos, ensuring all departments have access to real-time synchronized data. So during our in our current generation, it is very important na meron tayong access, especially sa mga businesses, are real world or parang real time talaga yung data natin. So which is why we're using SAP Business One in the first place. So next, what is HANA? So SAP HANA is developed by SAP. So it is high performance analytic appliance. So it is based on breakthrough and memory computing technology that enables rapid data access and deep analysis of live data. So si HANA is 100% in memory computing from ground to up. So since this is in-memory, so 100% in-memory, so SAP HANA promises to deliver high speed and data processing and analytics. So it is very ideal for handling big data and complex queries. So hard disk is only needed to record changes for permanent persistency. So since it is fast, queries can be executed rapidly and in parallel. So si HANA revolutionizes traditional data storage and processing by keeping all data in memory, which allows us instant access and manipulation. So businesses gain a competitive edge by acting insights faster than ever before. So yun, si HANA is fast. So that's the leverage of using SAP Business One HANA. So next, we'll have to discuss or parang let's compare what are the comparison between using SQL and using HANA. So first, the technology or database technology. So si HANA or si Microsoft SQL is a relational database management system, and it is known and which is very common, and it is a type of database system that stores data in a structured format using rows and columns within tables. So very common si SQL. So si HANA naman, as said before, it is in-memory, columnar, designed for high-performance analytics, real-time transaction processing. So since in-memory siya, kaya siya medyo real-time siya kasi instead of storing it on a disk, it is readily available sa RAM or sa memory niya. So when it comes to the performance, moderate yung status or parang compared to HANA na which is high speed. So performance naman, SQL is dependent on traditional disk-based storage and index data retrieval. So it works well for small to medium-sized databases and businesses with limited real-time analytics. So since in-memory si HANA, it provides significantly faster query processing and reporting. And it also optimized for real-time data analysis, making it ideal for large data sets and businesses requiring instant insights. By the way, guys, if you have some questions, you can always feel free to chat na lang, and I'll answer it after our discussion. Okay, feel free to chat na lang anytime. So when it comes to the cost naman, generally, more cost-effective si SQL since SQL license, and when it comes to the hardware naman, hindi siya ganon ka-extensive yung requirements niya. So si HANA, due to its licensing cost and higher requirements for in-memory computing, kaya siya medyo higher when it comes to the cost. And also, when it comes to the hardware requirements, so less expensive si SQL to HANA since it does not rely on in-memory compute or in-memory processing. So due to the demand of high-end hardware, so that's the reason why na medyo higher talaga when it comes to the license as a cost and hardware requirements. But it will makakompensate din naman siya when it comes to the performance since higher talaga yung performance niya. So when it comes to the features naman, si SQL is very suitable for ERP operations. Limited siya when it comes to advanced analytical capabilities compared to HANA. So if you want to have analytical capabilities, you need to have or you need to use third party when it comes to the SQL. But in HANA, it is already built in. So it has enhanced analytics and reporting capabilities, including predictive analytics and data visualization tools. So HANA is also integrated machine learning features for advanced insight. So sa analytics, so when it comes to scalability naman, moderate lang si SQL, but when it comes to HANA, it is very scalable. So si SQL is scalable when it comes to or to the scalable to an extent, but may struggle with very large data volumes or need to real-time processing. So si HANA is highly scalable and is designed for big data and high-speed transaction requirements. So si SQL is very or ideal for the business with smaller budgets or less or does not really require advanced analytics. So si HANA, this is suited for requiring real-time analytics, needs faster performance, and is scalable for larger data sets. Okay, so those are the comparison when it comes to SQL and HANA. Now, what are the features or the different or parang ano yung edge ni HANA when using HANA in SAP Business One? So there are some features na only available in HANA. So first is the interactive analysis. Second is dashboard designer, enterprise search, cash flow forecast, delivery, schedule management. So first, let's have interactive analysis. So it will use drag and drop report builder and create financial and operational reports without needing technical knowledge. So here we have, or I have a video um, demonstrating what is interactive analysis. So that was interactive analysis. So if you have any questions or clarifications, you can chat your questions. And by the way, as you noticed that this was 10 years ago. So basically this feature ni HANA is already more parang na-upgrade pa nila. So there's a lot of newer functionalities that was added on this interactive analysis. So that was just parang demo on what's the basics. Okay. Next is Dashboard Designer. So si Dashboard, it's a tool that enables user to create and customize interactive real-time dashboards and visualization by leveraging SAP's HANA's in-memory computing capabilities. So this is the sample screenshot. So we'll have another video regarding what is SAP HANA dashboards. Okay, so that was the advanced dashboards. So now, our next topic will be the enterprise search. So see, enterprise search is like Google like search engine. So you can apply dynamic filters and drill down by adhering to the data security policies designed by your system administrator. So basically, if you want to search something, makikita mo lahat based on the sa nilagay mo. So you can also apply filters kung you want to make it or parang specified siya. So to discuss further about this one, we'll check this. Okay, so that was enterprise search. Next topic will be cash flow forecast. So it is you can gain an in-depth look at your business cash flow status and ensure you have the cash you have or you need to run your business and new opportunities. So this is a feature that is only available to SAP HANA. Okay, that was the cash flow analysis. By the way, guys, by the way, partners, is parang may problems ba sa inyo when it comes to the videos? But don't worry, I will send na lang yung links ng mga videos that we are showing. So next feature na we have for SAP HANA is delivery management or delivery schedule management. So it expedites orders, confirm order status, view alternative items, and check available to promise and reschedule sales order. Okay. So, if you have some questions or clarifications regarding sa mga pinakitang videos, let us know lang. And if you have some problems with the videos, just let us know lang then. So next, since we're talking about SAP HANA, how do we size yung server since it is equally important to house yung software? So basically what we do, so SAP provides a calculator. So we need to know what's the average number of documents per day of all companies because some companies have sister company na doon din naka-house separately or separate database yung mga databases nila. So like for example, how many sales quotations per day, sales order, purchase order, or and so on. So per document, ilan ba yung lines? And then how many working days per year, the number of databases, the total number of databases, and then the maximum concurrent users. So the maximum concurrent user usually reflects on how many SAP licenses that you purchase. So SAP license and purchase is the maximum because you cannot access yung or wala siyang parang iisa lang talaga, 1:1 talaga yung access ni SAP per license. So from there, from once we gathered yung mga numbers regarding on this, we can predict or we can provide yung estimated na system requirements. So si SAP HANA adapts to diverse operation needs. So it is prioritized, it prioritized control and cost and scalability. So next is what is the minimum? So even if we have calculator, so we can have this one as a minimum. So 8 cores of CPU. When it comes to the RAM, it is 64 gig. The space for the storage or disk is 500 gig. This is usually SSD. So bakit SSD? So we need to make sure then na yung transfer of data from the the storage going to the memory is faster if we'll be using HDD, so parang magsuslow down yung transactions natin. Hindi natin ma-utilize yung capabilities ni SAP HANA if we'll be using HDD lang. So since SAP HANA only runs on Linux, so the two operating system na supported ni SAP HANA is SUSE Linux Enterprise Server and Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So question, pwede pa rin ba gamitin yung Windows namin? So we'll be using Windows pa rin when it comes to the client side or workstations. Yung database lang na talaga is hosted sa Linux side. And then we'll be using din naman a server for Windows Server if we're going to have or publish our access to the public cloud or internet. For example, meron tayong mga users na nasa ibang branch. So for them to access our server or SAP Business One, we'll be creating a server na Windows and then doon natin i-install natin yung mga web services. For example, yung SAP Business One web client. So they can access there. So kailangan pa rin ng Windows. Yung Linux lang talaga kung saan ilalagay yung the database itself and other SAP Business One components, server components. So where can we deploy yung SAP Business One? So SAP Business One is very flexible. So you can deploy it on-premise or on cloud. So when we say on-premise, so this is the traditional way of deployment. So you own a server, you install the SAP Business One there, you manage the server. So ikaw yung may control over the system, but ikaw din yung may responsibility when it comes to the hardware, network, and if you're going to have system maintenance, ikaw yung bahala or yung IT natin. So this is ideal for companies that have IT resources that can manage the infrastructure. So if you're going to use cloud naman, so SAP Business One can be also deployed sa cloud environments such as SAP Business One Cloud. So si SAP has a cloud option. We'll have to check if this is available sa region natin because as per checking, this is available sa ibang countries. So but sa cloud din naman, it can be deployed sa third-party cloud providers like Azure, AWS, Huawei, or Google Clouds. So these models offloads much of the IT management parang workload kasi 'di ba hindi mo na kailangan i-manage yung mga hardwares, yung internet connection, yung air conditioning, and so forth. So it is suitable for businesses that prefers not to manage their infrastructure and want to take advantage of the scalability and accessibility of the cloud service provide. So basically, as a if this one is deployed sa cloud, you can always upgrade anytime you want. Unlike sa on-premise, you have to consider pa if for example, if you add memory, you have to consider if memory is still available or may slots pa ba. And also, kung compatible pa ba yung mga hardware or yung bagong release na RAM. For example, if available pa ba yung additional RAM on baka kasi outdated na din yung soft or yung hardwares natin. Unlike to cloud, you can always upgrade anytime you want. So next, when it comes to the licensing, compared to SQL, when you buy SAP Business One license, for example, professional or limited licenses, there is a bundled na din dun yung SQL Cal. Unlike sa HANA, this is per block. So per engine siya. So HANA engine yung tawag natin. So per 64 gig of RAM, kailangan natin ng one HANA engine license. So if ever we have 128 HANA engine or HANA or RAM sa HANA natin na environment. So technically we need to have or to maximize yung kailangan natin na 128 gig na RAM, so we need to have at least 2 HANA engines para ma-maximize natin or fully maximize natin yung capabilities ng HANA environment. So next, why do we choose SAP HANA? So as previously mentioned, we choose SAP HANA because it can have real-time analytics and reporting. So it enhance performance for faster business processes. It can also predict analytics for smarter decision making, seamless integration with other tools. So we choose HANA if you require high-speed analytics, real-time insights, and willing to invest advanced infrastructure for long-term growth. So si HANA talaga is parang investment siya. So SAP HANA is more than just a software. So it is a partner in your business growth journey. The next step is to evaluate how it can align with your specific goals. So basically, you need to evaluate lang din if HANA is for you or for now hindi pa. So we can still naman use SAP Business One SQL as a database. So I think that would be all for my discussion for this afternoon. Thank you so much, and back to you, Hannah. And for the questions, I'll answer na lang sa Q&A. You can still chat na lang yung questions. And thanks, Hannah.
Thank you, RV, for that thorough and insightful overview of SAP HANA. I'm sure we all learned something new today and now have a greater grasp of SAP HANA's capabilities. All right, are we still up, partners? Can I get a thumbs up? All right. I can see thumbs up sa ating mga partners. So before we dive into our next topic, let's have a quick game And since it's Christmas season, we'll be playing Name That Christmas Tune. So we've prepared 5 Christmas songs, and all you have to do is guess the title of each song. The first person to type the correct answer with the correct spelling wins. So each winner will receive 500 pesos worth of GCash, courtesy of our partner SecPod. Thank you, SecPod. And now, are we all ready to put your Christmas song knowledge to the test? If so, can I get a yes in the chat box? Yun. Thank you, partners. And now, for our first Christmas song. Yan. We got Frosty the Snowman, Let It Snow, Snowman, Frosty the Snowman. Okay. The correct answer is Frosty the Snowman. Congratulations. For our next Christmas song, ayan. Ayan. At meron pa po talagang nag-copy at paste from Google. So the correct answer is, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Congratulations for our third Christmas song. All right. I can see some answers sa ating chat box, but the correct one is Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Congratulations for our fourth Christmas song. Ayan. Marami ako nakitang mga sagot dito. Jingle bells, jingle bell rock. Okay, and the correct answer is Jingle Bell Rock. Ayan, congratulations. And for our last Christmas song, alam na alam nating lahat to. Paunahan na lang ng sagot. And the correct answer is All I Want for Christmas is You. So congratulations to all the winners. We'll announce the results in the chat box at the end of this session. All right. Last October, we observed Cybersecurity Month and learned about the importance of IT security. And to deepen our understanding further, we are privileged to have with us an expert in the field. Now, please join me in welcoming Mr. Satya, PBG Regional Head APAC at SecPod, who will take us through the topic redefining IT security for the modern world. Over to you, Satya.
Hey, thank you, Hannah, and thank you, Team Arc1, for this opportunity. Let me share my screen here just to take you through a bit of what I have here. Please let me know when my screen is visible from your side. Great, thanks. Thanks, welcome everyone. So just to give you all an insight about the current practice in cybersecurity, what the modern cybersecurity looks like. So at SecPod, we have something called Sena Now. So Sena Now is a cyber hygiene platform and what we call as a CVEM tool. CVEM stands for Continuous Vulnerability and Exposure Management. So we have a solution that looks into continuously discovering devices, assets, identifying what threats are there, for instance, from the vulnerabilities, not just the vulnerabilities, also misconfigurations or any other outliers or security posture risks, and going on to remediate them. So that is what I have as a part of Sena Now. I have a statement here, right? So every attack involves exploitation of a weakness. Now, I'm sure most of you will agree to this. Now, why do I say this, right? So this can be a physical attack when you're out on the streets, or somebody wants to physically attack somebody, or this can also be an attack which is done through a cyber form. So a cyber attack also. There are several types of cyber attacks that can occur, from a malware to a DDoS attack to a phishing attack. Now, these attacks, they target a few types of weaknesses, these cyber attacks. So one of the weakness they target is a technological weakness, trying to see if there's any loopholes in the technology that you use, which they can exploit. They're also looking for people weaknesses. If there is anybody in the organization that probably is not following a password policy, or probably is not keeping up to the standards, like sharing some passwords through chats. So that's another people weakness that attackers are looking for. They're looking for process weaknesses. So these are some of the weaknesses that can leverage a cyber attack. And to prevent that is why we founded this organization. So we are a 16-year-old organization, SecPod. So just to give you a little introduction to who we are and what we do. So the first half of the journey, if you look through this timeline, we focused on building our own security content repository. So today at SecPod, we have something called a SCAP repository, which is one of the market's largest repository of security checks. And with that intelligence, we have also built this product called Sena Now. Talking a little bit about the SCAP repository, which I'll get to in just a bit. So what we've done with this particular Sena Now devices, we have a vulnerability scanner. We have integrated patching of the vulnerabilities that are detected also. So this way, there is an integration here. So I'm sure you've gone in the market. I'm sure your IT teams have identified tools that do a vulnerability assessment. I'm sure your IT teams are looking for tools that also remediate these risks that are identified. Now, with Sena Now, you're not just able to identify the risks, but you're also able to remediate the risks. So we have a seamless integration with our vulnerability assessment and patching tool in the product itself. We've been around competing with a lot of other name brands in the market. So I just wanted to also showcase you all to some of the credits that accreditations that SecPod has received over the years. So, this is Gartner Peer Insights, where, I'm sure some of you might have come across some of these name brands from Qualys to Tenable to Rapid7. You'll also see SecPod's name here coming up in the overall customer experience quadrant here. So we've been able to get recognized as a strong performer in the vulnerability management space amongst some of the other name brands here. Talking about the remediation space, the patching space, we were also able to get recognized by GigaOm of being a leader in the patch management space against other vendors like Tanium, ManageEngine, Alienware, and so on, BigFix, and so on. Now, one thing that I want to highlight here is you will see a lot of different names in both these different slides that I showcase. So in the vulnerability management space, you're looking at CrowdStrike, Qualys, Rapid7. In the patching space, you look at Automox, ManageEngine, Tanium, but you'll find SecPod in both these spaces. So what I want to highlight here is that we've been able to get recognized in not just the vulnerability management space, but also the patch management space. So that way you have an integrated tool that can perform all these actions from one single console. Giving you some of the customers that we currently globally have. So we spread across different sectors. So in fact, with Arc1, we had the opportunity to protect DMCI homes in the Philippines. So you'll also see some other name brands in the Philippines from Nicolasia Corporation, so one of the largest mining industries. You see a lot of other banking sectors here from across the globe, from Kotak Mahindra. So if you're looking at, the reason I also want to showcase this is looking at the scale of deployments that we do. So what you see here is National Bank of Egypt. So you see Siemens Healthineers. So talking about the Siemens Healthineers today, we protect around 20,000 assets for Siemens Healthineers. Looking at National Bank of Egypt, we protect 35,000 servers for National Bank of Egypt. So we're doing some really large scale deployments here. So Saner now is a tool for enterprises. So, so with any large scale deployments, we should be able to protect those also. And what are we trying to protect? What are we trying to do? What is the problem? What are we trying to solve? Right? Let me get into that. So the problem that we're trying to solve is this, the mean time to remediate. Now, when you have an organization with, say, n number of assets, you identify a lot of risks in these assets. Now, how do you identify the risks and fix these assets? There are several vulnerabilities identified on a daily basis. So it's not a monthly activity, it's a daily activity. So on a daily basis, vulnerabilities are being identified. On a daily basis, there are attackers trying to get inside your environment. Now, to prevent that, you need to have a better mean time to remediate. So you'll need to fix these risks on a continuous basis. So that is the problem that the industry is currently facing. So we're looking at a mean time to remediate of 30.6 days, so which is a month's time to fix a risk. By then, there are hundreds of more risks that are already out there. So you're targeting one risk, there are hundreds of more risks that are already out there, or thousands of more risks already out there. And this is what the current practice looks like. And that is why we think that there are a lot of pitfalls in this current practice. Now, the current practice is a very siloed practice. So what happens is there is a quarterly vulnerability assessment. I'm sure a lot of your organizations are going through that. You do a vulnerability assessment, and then you Excel sheet all that information. You prioritize that information based on the CISA scoring, and then you go on to fix them. So this is the process that happens. A lot of companies I see in my experience, they do a patching cycle every quarter. So every 3 months, there are risks sitting around for 3 months before they get fixed. And that is what is happening currently. It's very chaotic. The approach is silo-based. There is a lack of visibility into all the risks that are identified on a regular basis. And this is why we've come up with a solution for this. And this is what we have as a part of the solution. We have the continuous vulnerability and exposure management framework. Let me just spend a little bit here to give you an idea of what the tool does. See, I'm sure you come across several tools. You've come across tools that do asset management. You come across tools that do endpoint management. You come across tools that do a vulnerability scanner, compliances. So coming into what Saner Now can do. Saner Now is a mix of 7 different modules. So when I say 7 different modules, there are different bits doing different actions. There is the visibility aspect where a tool does the asset inventory, gives you visibility into what assets, what applications there, all that information. The normalization bit is where we have a tool that looks for outliers or any anomalies and goes on to give you the option to fix those anomalies. When I say anomalies, I'm talking about any unfamiliar applications in your environment, open firewalls, VPNs, gaming applications. So any of these are considered anomalies, and we'll highlight these as anomalies, and you can go ahead and fix that using this tool. Coming into the detection capabilities. So it's not just vulnerabilities, like I mentioned. So it's not just the CVEs. There are other risks. There are CVEs. There are open risks. There's so many other risks. So that's what the detection does. So we have a vulnerability scanner. This scanner is one of the fastest in the market. So you can run a scan. You can do a continuous scan in anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes in any of your Windows, Linux, or Mac operating systems. So this covers all the 3 flavors of operating systems. We also cover over 600 third-party applications at this stage. Talking about misconfigurations, we have a compliance tool as a part of the product. So as a part of compliance management, we give you the option to apply any industry-specific compliance. For instance, if you have to be compliant with PCI or NIST or HIPAA or ISO, all these compliance benchmarks are there in the product. So you just go on, select what compliance you need to implement, and then you go on to apply that. That way, those compliance benchmarks are automatically applied onto the target devices that you've selected. Or for example, you're an organization that has your own custom policies. You can do that also. We give you several general compliance templates. You can go on, customize your templates, go on and have any new configurations applied also. Moving on from the detection aspect. So now the tool has done a discovery. It's visualized what devices, applications, processes, ports, all of that information. Then it's detected all the vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. Now, I'm talking about a continuous process. I'm not talking about a one-time activity that you do on a monthly basis. So I want to reduce this mean time to remediate. I want to bring this down to 1 day. I don't want this to be 30 days. And I think that's what an industry should look like. And with that information, we have a prioritization engine. Now, these vulnerabilities that are detected, they already come with the scoring, the CVE scoring. So a vulnerability of, say, scoring 7 and or over are considered critical vulnerabilities. So your admins will go and try to remediate those vulnerabilities first. Now, what this prioritization tool does, so it basically reprioritizes these vulnerabilities. So when I say reprioritizes, it's not just based on the CVE score, because you can have a CVE scored 2.1 vulnerability where you might not take an action on it being a low scored vulnerability, but that particular vulnerability could be sitting on your crown jewel device or your mission critical device. And that becomes very critical for your environment. So that is where this prioritization engine will help you. This is based on a framework called the SSVC framework, which is the stakeholder specific vulnerability categorization framework. So this framework will break down the risks based on factors, including the criticality of the asset where a vulnerability is detected, the automatability of that particular vulnerability, the exploitability of that vulnerability, and also the technical impact that vulnerability can create in any particular environment. So with that prioritized information, the tool also can patch the vulnerability. So we have an integrated patching tool where you can patch your vulnerabilities and for any non-patchable vulnerabilities, we also give you endpoint management to manage all your endpoints. So even there are other actions from application block and block to remote access and so on. So all that can be done. So this is one agent that comprises of all these several modules, each performing its own actions. So this whole tool has strategic reporting capabilities where you're able to generate several reports. If you want to break down these reports, or if you want to get a high level report, all these can be done from the tool itself. About the intelligence behind this tool. So this is something that I started off with. So we've been building this repository. So there is a repository called the SCAP repository. You can maybe Google that when you find time. Now, this is the market's largest repository of security checks, and this is built by SecPod. We've built this repository for the last 16 years. We continue to build this. We have an in-house team that continues to build this repository. And with this intelligence, so you're seeing some name brand companies here who subscribe to this particular repository to feed onto their engines also. So you see all these risks that are a part of this particular repository. So this is the intelligence behind this product. So this SCAP repository is what provides all the risk information onto this product with which you can go on to fix any issues. Deployment types. We support both on-premise and cloud-based deployment. So if you have a regulatory measure where if you can only deploy on-premise, all we need is a bare metal server and we can do a deployment on-premise. We can also host it on our Zenr cloud. I think that's what I have to complete off. I just want to show you what our unified console looks like. So this is what the product looks like. So what you see on my screen is the unified dashboard is what we call it. What you see on the screen on the top here is the discovery information. So the agent goes on to identify what devices, application, all that information. With that information, we go on to detect the risks. So you see the vulnerabilities, the misconfigurations, the posture anomalies, and the missing patches. All these risks are identified. With the risks identified, tool goes on to prioritize them using the SSVC framework from the ACT category risks to being your critical risks to your attend, track star, and track category risks, following with the remediation with all the patches that needs to be installed to fix these vulnerabilities. So that's what I have as a part of Zenr now. Thank you for the opportunity, Ark1, and everyone else involved, the team, and thank you for this presentation time. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box and I'll shoot out the answer.
All right. Thank you for the insightful presentation, Satya. It's clear that businesses are now recognizing the critical importance of cybersecurity in safeguarding their operations. We greatly appreciate the valuable insight you've shared. Thank you, Satya. So now please answer this survey form flash on your screen. Scan it using your camera phones and you will be redirected to a form. By answering this, you will get one entry and your name will be included in the Wheel of Fortune. So worry not, partners, because we will also send the survey link in the chat box. All right. And now I'd like to call our panelists for today. Let's welcome again Mr. RV Sagoksok, our Ark1 Technical and Support Lead, Mr. Satya, Regional Head from SecPod, along with our account managers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, Mr. Glenn Mujeres, Mr. Alain Arabe, and Ms. Marife Crescero. All right. So while we wait for our participants to submit their questions, let's take the opportunity to ask questions first from Satya of SecPod. Hi, Satya. Is remediation a part of the agent after assessment?
That is correct. Yes, Hannah. So uh, this agent has integration with remediation also, so it can all be done through the same product. So it goes on to identify and remediate. Yes, it's all part of the same.
That's helpful. Now, moving on to another important aspect, are patches thoroughly tested before they are released?
Great question. So yes, so we have a lab set up internally at SecPod where all patches are tested before they're rolled out onto the platform. Now, for any, I mean, for sure, patches can misbehave in different environments. So if that is the case, we give a rollback feature as a part of patch management. So when a patch is pushed out and if it needs to be rolled back, we give the option in the product itself.
All right, that's very reassuring. Thank you. And just to round off, Satya, can you also let us know if you offer an on-premise setup for your solutions?
Yes, Hannah, we most definitely do. So on-premise has been something that we've seen quite a lot of Southeast Asian companies prefer to manage their data with. So we do offer that as a part of the product. So that kind of deployment can be done. So it can be either on-premise or on cloud. Yes.
All right. So another question now for Mr. RV Sagoksok. For existing SAP Business One user, how do we migrate our database from MS SQL to HANA?
Okay. Yep, that's a good question. So based on our experience, we have already migrated quite of some customers from SQL to SAP HANA. So what is the process? There is a migration tool that is provided by SAP. So everything will be migrated from top to bottom, and if ever it is inside your database.
Okay. Another question, Arvs, what will happen to our existing SAP Business One and MS SQL call license?
Okay. I'll be needing account managers here to support my answers, but generally speaking, you can still retain your SAP Business One license. What will happen is you'll just need to purchase the SAP HANA for the engine, but for the call, I believe there is something. What do you call that one, Breglen, for the call, or it still be retaining style under their account?
Yes, hybrid RV. Thank you. So for the SQL, I'm really not quite familiar what will happen to the SQL if we replace it to HANA. So any from Arcon team?
Mm. But when it comes to the SAP license, they will still be going to keep it, right?
Yes,
Mm-mm.
yes, that's correct. So
Mm.
everything will be the same except the SQL will be updated to HANA
Ana.
engine.
Okay.
Yes,
Mm.
And when it comes to the MA as well, they will not be paying the SQL, but only the HANA.
correct. That's correct.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Sir Glenn and Arvs. And lastly, if we have customization inside our SAP ARBs, will it be included during migration?
Yeah, that's a common question. So yes, if it's inside the database, everything will be migrated. But the thing is, we need still to test after migration, just to make sure now it's still working as it supposedly, or kung ano po yung parang functionality niya. So it should
Mhm.
undergo testing after the migration.
Right. Thank you, Arbs. So, any more questions from our participants, from our partners?
Okay, Han,
Okay.
just to add about the migration. So
Yes, sir.
we also need to check on their server. So server, if it's compatible with HANA. So if it's not, then you can reach out to us, to RV,
Yeah.
to get the specs for the migration.
Yes. Thank you for that, Sir Glenn. And before we end the Q&A session, any parting words from our panelists? You first, Arvs.
So thank you for thank you for your participation on our last webinar, or what we call Tech Talk. So basically, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Where our lines are open. Thanks. See you next year, guys.
Next, Mr. Satya from SecPod.
So, yeah, I would also like to thank all the uh, companies that joined this webinar today, and also for Art1 to setting this up and also giving an opportunity for SecPod to present. So if anybody has any questions in relating to maintaining your cyber hygiene or improving your cyber hygiene, please reach out to Art1, and we'll work together, get this helped out for you for sure. And thanks everyone. Wish you all a very happy holidays ahead.
Yes, thank you, Satya. Next, Sir Glenn.
Yes. Okay. So first off, thank you, RV and Satya. Thank you for the presentation you have provided us. It was very informative. To everyone who's here, thank you for your time joining us. This is our last webinar for 2024, and we're looking forward next year. I think Fila will be releasing a calendar for what topics will be discussed or will be presented 2025. So daghang salamat everyone for joining us and for taking time. And Merry Christmas in advance. See you next year. Thank you.
Yes, daghang salamat, Sir Glenn. Next, Sir Alain.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to encourage all our existing clients to help us in our mission, help Filipino companies do business in digital economy. So our mission is to promote digitalization here in the Philippines. So I'm handling Visayas and Mindanao. So our clients here in Cebu, around Vismin, please help us promote SAP Business One so that most of the Filipino companies would go digital. So we do have a referral program for that one. So feel free to reach us through our email address and our phone numbers. All right. So that's it. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Sir Alain. And last but not the least, Miss Marife.
Hi, thank you, Hannah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending today's session. We hope you found the session insightful and you have gained knowledge how SAP Business One HANA can optimize your business process and how SecPod solutions enhance your cybersecurity. Should you have any further question or require further information, please feel free to reach out. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Marife. And thank you to our panelists. So before we proceed to the raffle, may I kindly request everyone to please turn on your cameras for a quick photo. Can I see those beautiful faces of our partners? Yan. Sige, Teo will be taking...
Exit na lang, please, ng PowerPoint. Thank you.
Yan. So, naka-open na ba yung mga cameras ng ating mga partners? Yan, sige po. Ready na, Tay? Sige, in 1, 2, 3, smile. Yan. Let's do the arc 1 pose naman po. Arc 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yan. Thank you so much, partners. And now, the most awaited part of the event, the raffle. And there will be 5 winners and each receiving 500 GCash, courtesy again of our generous partner, SecPod. Thank you again, SecPod. Okay, and now for our first winner, we have congratulations, Miss Mary Lloyd Falseso. For our second winner of 500 GCash, congratulations, Miss Rosemary Laprico. Congrats. For our third winner, we have Miss Pamela Castañares. Congratulations. For our fourth winner, congratulations, Sir Jed Galarosa. And for our last winner, congratulations, Miss Sherilyn Marata. Congratulations to all the winners. Kindly send your full name and GCash number to the email address provided in the chat box. Yan. So that's it for today, partners. Thank you for joining us for today's session on technical support, overview of SAP HANA, with a bonus session with SecPod. And from all of us here at ARC1, advance Merry Christmas! This is Hannah, your host for today. Bye! Thank you, partners!